go, and we are on the record.
Oh, on the record. So I said, do you feel better now you've got control?
Well, you never do. I actually got some usable content the other day from what we were doing, so I just thought, well, I'll just go ahead and record. Won't hurt anything.
Well, it is good because you can, as I said, because you get it's not just an embed, so you've got the actual video file, so you can put it and cut out the little bits you do when you don't want. Mm-hmm. And I think what I was going to say before was no matter whether it's on the record or off the record, you're just really crazy if you say things on here thinking nobody's going to see it. Well, on or off the record. And I make a point, if it's something you'd be embarrassed about them saying on the national news at night, don't say it.
Oh, I'm totally there with you on that, because I don't know, here in the United States, everybody was getting upset that phone calls are being listened to, and all this.
Oh yeah, the NSA.
I ran a bulletin board system in the 80s, a BBS, before the internet was really cool and available for everybody. I could see everything they did. It was my system. So I've known since the 80s that if you do something on somebody else's system, they own it. I think it's theirs. So don't do anything you're ashamed of. Don't say anything you shouldn't. And get on with your life.
People are getting, upset about this, but I think, do people really think that there haven't been, the authorities in each, because they've got to keep an eye on it, they've been, if they can monitor and listen, they will be.
Well, of course they will. Yeah, it's all.
How do they catch people if they don't listen? They can't say, we can't listen to that, we can't do that. Unfortunately, like one person, so I've heard them to say before, if you don't want to be hacked, if you don't want to be listened to, if you don't want to watch that, switch your computer off, throw your mobile phone away, and stay inside.
Yeah,
don't watch it. Don't do anything. So.
Oh no, that's where I'm at. Actually, believe it or not, I've always been a bit of an isolationist. I live, in the middle of wooded property, and I'm kind of up in here. There's a lot of woods even around the woods that we own, and so when you go home, that's sanctuary. But I know 20 years ago, whenever my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, whenever they were, sick and invalid, they were lucky to get cable television. And now you don't have to be isolated anymore if you don't want to be. If you do want to be, just turn it off.
And that's right. Like even when just not so long back, you'd go to a country town that's 2 hours from the main city, and you'd only get 2 TV channels because you couldn't get the broadcast from the main city. Now it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you'll get the same broadcast. You said you can be connected, and they say with this social media that people just aren't talking to people. But I don't know about you, but I've been more social since this has gone round than I would do in normal life. Because how many times would I go out and find new people with likes? Like I wouldn't. You'd be stuck in front of your computer or stuck doing this. Where I've met quite a few people, in America as well, I've become good friends with, and I've gone over, visited, and stayed with them.
Well, there you go.
And like how it started was just getting on air. And somebody said one day, because when I started with it, there was Twitter and Facebook, and I thought that was just a load of rubbish, and social media was just stupid. That was my interpretation of it. Then I got into the e-learning, and there was one person in one of the shows which was called Gina Schreck, and she does the social media for her business. And she pointed out, that said, there's rubbish in everywhere, but it said if you get that format and use it correctly, it can work really well for you. And she said, look, please listen to me, try it. If you want, and I did with I was into the e-learning module like Captivate, and I just got into that, and I didn't know how to do something, and so they said get onto Twitter, and I tweeted about I don't know how to do this. And within a few seconds, I got a few tweets back, but I got Alan Partridge, who was the evangelist from Adobe for that product. And he got up and, helped me through that. He said, that's a bit awkward. I'm not too sure about that. Then I got another one from the software developer in India who was developing the program. Then we had a WebEx session. He logged into my computer
Mm-hmm.
He said, that won't do. He said, what I'll do, yes, oh, that looks like it's an issue with the thing. We'll fix that up. But he said, now I've done that in your pro. But I just thought within 2 or 3 days of not knowing anything about the program, I got to talk to the software developer who made it. And I thought, where else would you get that? And that really impressed me with social media. And I thought you can. There's a lot of rubbish out there, but it all depends how you want to use it.